you see us scream but you ain't hear us. I see the way you act when you get near us. I'm realizing why the police fierce. They know why, they know fucking why, yeah. And if you don't obey, then they'll kill you. Martial law is coming, get familiar. Donald Trump ain't no different from Hitler, ayy. They know why, they know fucking why, ayy. Irish slinging CDs like I'm out.
The Black Lives Matter movement is a call to action to put an end to the police brutality and other forms of anti-black racism in our society. Contrary to popular belief, the saying Black Lives Matter has existed for decades. Modern media such as camera phones enabled people to be able to record the events they said had been happening for years. The movement as we know it today was spurred by the killing of 17-year-old Trayvon Martin by George Zimmerman in 2012. Since then, there have been many cases of black men and women killed by the police. For example, Eric Garner, Terrence Crutcher, Alton Sterling, and Michael Brown, who was allegedly shot with his hand in the air.
Bunch of victims last shot, they have no clue. But if I protest, then they gon' put me in a stretcher, gun me down while my hands up, screaming, don't shoot, motherfucker, don't shoot. Don't shoot. Motherfucker, don't shoot. Don't shoot. Please don't shoot. Don't shoot. Motherfucker, don't shoot.
Many who are opposed to this movement will likely point to the fact that Michael Brown committed a crime shortly before he was shot and killed. While it is true that he robbed a convenience store and assaulted the clerk trying to stop him, that doesn't mean he deserved to lose his life. But for the sake of the skeptics, let's take a look at the stories of Philando Castile and Charles Kinsey. Both of these men were in complete compliance with the law at the time that they were shot.
Stay with me. We got pulled over for a busted tail light in the back. And the police just, he's covered. He killed my boyfriend. He's licensed, he's licensed to carry. He was trying to get out his ID and his wallet out his pocket, and he let the officer know that he had a firearm and he was reaching for his wallet, and the officer just shot him in his arm.
What's the price for a black man life? I check the toe tag, not 1 0 in sight. I turn the TV on, not one hero in sight, unless he dribble or he fiddle with mics.
I'm going to the ground just like this here with my hands up, and I'm laying down here just like this, and I'm telling him again, sir, there's no need for a firearm. I'm unarmed. He's an artistic guy. He had a toy truck in his hand. And when he shot me, it was so surprising. It was like a mosquito bite. And when he hit me, I'm like, I still got my hands in the air. I said, no, I just got shot. And I'm standing there, I'm like, sir, why did you shoot me? And his words to me, he said, I don't know. They cuffed my hands and they flipped me over. And I'm laying on the concrete like this right here. I'm more worried about him than myself, because I'm looking at, as long as I got my hands up, they're not going to shoot me. This is what I'm thinking. They're not going to shoot me. Wow, was I wrong?
Are we supposed to feel safe if you always act scared of us? Somebody must have told you a lie. Not surprised that they calling us animals.
So why are the police so quick to pull the trigger? Breon King may have been given the answer. King is a second-grade teacher from Austin, Texas, who was arrested earlier this year for speeding. She was violently thrown to the ground twice before being arrested. She then asked the officer why so many people are afraid of black people. The officer's answer may surprise you.
Oh my God! Put your hands behind your back! Oh my God! Put your hands behind.
Why are so many people afraid of black people?
That's what I want to figure out.
I can give you a really good idea why it might be that way. Violent tendencies. And I want you to think about that. I'm not saying anything. I'm not saying it's true. I'm not saying that I can prove it or nothing. But 99% of the time, when you hear about stuff like that, it is the black community that's being violent. That's why
It is evident that anti-black racism exists in America, and the Black Lives Matter movement is definitely needed in order to bring this problem into the sight of the viewing public. Hopefully this will bring us closer to a solution.
Now we're going to shift our attention to the criticisms of the Black Lives Matter movement. There are several, but for now, we're going to focus on the main recurring three. To start, All Lives Matter was created as a retort to Black Lives Matter by those who saw it as being anti-white. However, being pro-black doesn't necessarily mean that one is anti-white. Black Lives Matter supporters responded to the All Lives Matter saying by stating that all lives will matter when Black Lives Matter. Blue Lives Matter was created by those who saw the police as the victims. Police officers lay their lives on the line every day and are met with constant scrutiny. Many supporters feel that Black Lives Matter encourages violence and killing of the police. This is yet another example of a movement or organization that was created to counterbalance, if not dismantle, Black Lives Matter. Finally, we have black on black crime. Unlike the previous two, this criticism calls into question how much black people care about their own lives, and it is by far the most valid argument.
Ain't that nigga right there? That's on the set. That's that nigga right there.
Hey, pull up on this nigga, homie. Hey, pull up. Hey, where you from? Hey, nigga, where you from, nigga?
Predominantly black gangs have existed in America for over half a decade, and since their creation, they have been the cause of some form of chaos in the communities they occupy. And modern gangs have only gotten worse. Fights and shootings occur on a daily basis, so much so that it would appear that black people have become numb to the pain perpetuated by their own people. It is important to note that there was a Stop Snitching movement back in 2004 that attempted to persuade informants not to cooperate with the police.
You want a cop to pay for killing one of you, but carry a no-snitching policy in your own community, which allows you people to have absolutely no accountability. Irony overload. Reset.
So if you ask yourself, am I next? Does it really matter whether it's a black man or an officer of the law behind the trigger?
My homie Monty died, a black man was his killer, meaning the complexion was the same as mine behind that trigger. So a word has no power except for what we give it. On this earth we destroy for the slightest difference.
Let me be clear in saying that I am neither pro nor anti-black, but the need for the Black Lives Matter movement is obvious, and it has brought more unity and organization throughout the black community than I have ever seen in my life. However, just like how all lives won't matter until black lives matter, black lives won't matter until black lives matter to black people.
And we always want to argue, fuss and fighting and cuss. Before we point the finger at them, let's point one at us. What we want to be.